Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Eitches. I'm a board-certified allergist at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, and I'm here today to discuss how to overcome allergy sinus trouble. That's a difficult one. If I really could solve it quickly or easily, I think that I wouldn't be here talking to you about it. It's an issue that especially affects young adults, and many of them end up with surgery that's sometimes successful, sometimes not successful. People with allergy sinus problems will often complain of headaches. They'll say they have an ache here, a dull ache here, or in their temples, or a lot of times they complain of fatigue. They're just exhausted, they're tired, they don't quite know why. They'll often have nasal congestion in addition. Now, in terms of treatment, that sometimes varies. One thing that's not a drug treatment that seems to be beneficial and people are using a little bit more of are sinus rinses. That's where you're taking warm salt water that's buffered and made to not irritate the sinuses directly and use it as a spray in a bottle in the nose, or some people use something called a neti pot that looks like an Aladdin's lamp, and they pour it in one nostril and out the other. And a lot of people have relief from that. But it's not for everyone. I myself don't love the idea of pouring a cup of salt water in my nose. So what other forms of treatment are there? One thing, again, that's not a medication would be to use sinus pressure points. And if you go along the ridge of your upper eye and right along the bony structure, you find a little indentation. And if you press on that indentation, oftentimes you can get relief. Now, in terms of medications, there are some issues with them. One thing is that antihistamines that work for other allergies sometimes dry people up too much, so that's a question. There are decongestants that are available that are over the counter that can help dry up the sinuses that sometimes are useful. There's also mucus mobilizers, such as guaifenesin, that can drain the sinuses. These are different ways to try to treat sinus issues. Sometimes they'll use nasal antihistamine sprays or nasal cortisone sprays as another form of treatment to reduce sinus pressure pain. Some people will get allergy shots or immunotherapy in addition to deal with this. If you have infection, antibiotics are required, and sometimes antibiotics are required to be used for longer than you'd like to, more than 10 days, sometimes 20 days, being aware that the sinuses have a poor blood supply, and if it has a poor blood supply, the antibiotic isn't going to make it into the sinus as easily. So I hope this information has been helpful. I'm Dr. Robert Eitches. I'm a board-certified allergist at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles, and I discussed today how to overcome allergy sinus trouble. Thank you.